What's poppin'? It's your boy Cho. We are back with another Crystal of Atlan banger. And in this video, we have reached the 65,000 power landmark. As you know, every 5,000 power, I'm gonna do a power update, basically how to get to, 65,000 and what it took to get there, and what you have to look forward to once you reach there, and the hardships that it took to get there. That's what we're gonna cover in this video. So let's go. All right, so in this video, this gonna be a quick video. So we're just gonna talk about, how we got to 65,000 and pretty much what we did to get here to this point is, as you can tell, all of my gear is enhanced to either plus 15 or above. So that's one major thing that we did. I am happy that we got everything to plus 15 and above. Getting everything to plus 15 was absolute torture. Glenn takes everything, takes all your gold, takes all your catalysts, absolutely takes everything. But I've learned a couple things that I'm gonna share with you today to try to make the journey a little bit easier. Now, this is what I believe. I don't know this to be true or not per se, because at the end of the day, it's all chance. But then again, I'm thinking that it's not. So the one thing that you get introduced to when you get to 15 is the star system, right? So the star system pretty much means that you no longer go down in level when you enhance, right? So if I was to enhance the bracers right now, it would stay at plus 15 pretty much forever until it gets to plus 16 and so forth and so forth. It can no longer go down. But it now has its star system to where I have to gain 3 stars and enhance it further to get to the next level, right? So what does that mean? That means to get a star, to enhance a star, you need to get it to at least 20%. To get it to the next star, it's 20%, okay? And then there's a 6 out of 6 fail system. Let me show you what that fail system is. So I got some gold on me to prepare to show you guys, so let's show you guys. All right, and I'm actually gonna take my camera off so I can show you guys. So as you can see on the right hand side, first of all, to enhance gear at this point, it's kind of crazy, right? So I have my necklace right here, right? Or let's go back to my bracers. All right, so you now get this fail-safe buff, right? When you fail after you've accumulated all your stars, right? And what this basically means is that I've tried to, this means that I've gotten to 3 stars and I have tried to level it up, but I failed, okay? But anyways, I'll explain that in a little bit. So anyways, you enhance, right? Boom. 0 out of 6, I ended up getting it. Wow, I was not expecting that. Okay, Glenn, okay. Are you down to give me another, Glenn? Can you give me another? Can you give me another? Let's see. All right, so I've collected 1 star, 20% chance, right? We're gonna try to collect our next star, 20% chance again. Boom, it failed, okay? Now, if you notice, when we failed, it took away the star, okay? And that is essentially the star system in a nutshell, right? To where you have to accumulate 3 stars, okay? I'm gonna enhance again. Notice how it failed that I didn't gain no stars, but now it says 1 out of 6, okay? 1 out of 6 essentially means that if I hit it and fail again, and I reach 6 out of 6, the next one is guaranteed 100%, all right? And it stays that way. Now, for anything fail-safe, this fail-safe is what these fail-safes do is that it increases the chance that you will get to the next level every time you get a higher fail-safe. So let's say I get this to 3 stars and I have all 3 of my stars, right? I actually have a 3-star amplification catalyst, but we're actually gonna save these for my weapon. I'm trying to get my weapon a plus 20. So I actually need 4 of those in order to get my 4th star on my weapon. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, So let's say I get all 3 stars. I don't know if we could try it today. I do have enough gold, I believe, hopefully. Let's see. Nope, we're gonna fail, so we lose both stars, right? All right, let's try it again. Let's just go ahead and enhance our way up. I'm willing to burn about a few million gold here. Offer me free stuff, sure. Take that every time, because you know it's gold that you're gonna save, I guess. At least 30,000 of it, right? So try to enhance. So notice getting closer and closer to 5 out of 5, right? Okay. Now it's 6 out of 6, so now it's guaranteed. So it's guaranteed you're gonna give me the star, okay? And then you're 0 out of 6 on the next star. And then you lose the first star. Now you're 0 out of 6 on the first star, but you're 1 out of 6 on the second star, and I'm 3 out of 6 on the third star. So you just gotta remember where you're at on each star. That's why I highly recommend doing one piece at a time so that you can always remember. But once you get all 3 stars, then your percent is really low. It's like, I think it's like 14, 15, something like that. But it gets higher as your failsafe gets higher. So I'm failsafe 2, which means that it's probably gonna be around 20 something percent. And then once I add, a potent catalyst, it'll be around 30, right? So that's something, right? So let me go ahead and turn back on my camera. There we go. So this is going through this enhancement system has been one thing that I've had to go through when getting my gear to plus 65,000. Getting gear to plus 65,000 is, getting to 65,000 has been one of the most frustrating experiences that I've ever encountered. Now, one other thing that this is what I think I figured out. Okay, I don't know this for sure. Okay, I think that your gear below plus 15 works on that same star system, but it's not shown, right? So what I mean is like, let's say your helmet is plus 12. Now, as you know, you need to use a stable catalyst, enough stable catalyst to where you can level up your helmet to plus 13, right? But when you get to plus 13, you can't use any more stable catalysts. So you just have to get lucky to plus 14 and then lucky to plus 15, right? Well, just one thing I've realized is that if you can imagine, right, being at plus 13, and let's say you fail 5 times, so you failed 5 times at plus 13, then what I urge you to do is the next time you get to plus 13, do not use a catalyst because it's guaranteed going to plus 14. Same thing to where if you failed 5 times at plus 14, then that means that the next time you hit plus 14, you're going to get to plus 15. And the only way that I've been able to demonstrate this to myself is I had 10 catalysts and I used 5 stable catalysts trying to enhance this piece of gear, right? It was plus 12 and I failed 5 times. And I thought, it's 6 out of 6 now, or it would be. So then I tried to level it up, no stable catalyst, plus 12, which is what you don't do. And boom, it was plus 13. And I thought, I think that the star system applies to your gear, any gear over plus 10 all the way around. Like once you hit that plus 20, I think the gear remembers her star system. And then once I considered that and I was leveling up my gear, I started saving catalysts where it was guaranteed. It doesn't happen often. It's not like your gear goes 6 out of 6 often. It's only 6 out of 6 as if you're unlucky. But when it is 6 out of 6, it's guaranteed. So that's something huge that I think I've stumbled upon. I don't try it, right? What do you have to lose? You're giving all your catalysts to Glenn anyway, right? Just give it a shot. And I think it'll save you a couple catalysts, which to me was huge. Now that I am plus 15 on everything and I haven't enhanced in a while, I'm actually able to save up some gold. I'm actually able to save up some catalysts. It's kind of crazy. I'm living in a whole new world right now. So being plus 15 on everything is nice, but I think I'm gonna go through some heartaches when I try to get my weapon a plus 20 and so forth and so forth. So that's pretty much it. And the other thing I did was I pretty much maxed out on my cards. I truly do not have much cards to get, except for a few golds that I need some duplicates on, like chrome. I need a couple duplicate chromes, or no, I need one more duplicate chrome so that I can get damage to debuff plus 4% instead of 2.4. Other than that, I need some pinks here, and I need copies of both yellows to get this up damage bonus. This one's really good, by the way. This little damage bonus, you get this up, it ends up it ends up adding like 400 power, I think, because a flat damage bonus is actually pretty valuable. But oh, and I need some more pinks here. I guess I do need quite a little bit more from my, and I don't even have this. All right, so I still got a little bit to do here. I guess I'm not completely done, but I still do my Nexum every single week. So I've gotten quite a few of the cards. So I think that has been one thing that has increased my power just a little bit. Another thing that has increased my power is getting this mount. It allowed me to get my full progression up here. So we're pretty good there. I have, somebody with a much higher power told me that that this mount and the collection progress at 7, it actually goes even further to plus 9, plus 11, plus 17, plus 19. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, all right. So that explains why when I go to my growth manual, my development, I'm only at B when it comes to mounts, because I don't have that many mounts. So that explains that. I have done my circuits, but it feels like when I redo my circuits, it doesn't seem to increase my power that much, because I don't know, I'm going for only stats that benefit my character in, like, you know, when my character fights. I'm not going for stats that increase the power of my character, because I think the stats that increase your power don't necessarily translate to the battlefield. So that's why, even though I think my circuits are really good, you'll find that, you know, I'm only an A when it comes to circuits. So I don't know, I don't have the perfect circuits yet. I'm about to redo them in about a few days, actually. So, you know, that cost me about a couple million gold there. So, you know, we'll see. And then another thing is I switched my weapon. Oh, and I'm using these two pets now. So instead of using Tsukumaki, I use actually this pet, and I switched to Crystal Fox. So, and Crystal Fox just gives that you just deal more damage while having this pet in your lineup, and it's just ridiculous. Which skill is that? Hold on, let me look, make sure I'm telling you guys and where to see it. Enhanced finishing increases the master's damage by, yeah, so increases the master's damage by 16%. So just by having this guy on your team, you're just dealing more damage, which is ridiculous. So he's responsible for the white bar under your regular bar when you're dealing damage and you're looking at the numbers. He increases the bar under it, so that damage is just added on to the damage on top, which is kind of crazy. It's really dope. So, you know, love this pet for that, let me tell you. And then I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else that I did to increase my power. So the biggest thing I did was, I think, the cards and enhancing. So I'm pretty sure that getting from 65 to 70,000, it's gonna be all enhancing from there. So I've already got a couple pieces to, you know, plus 16, and I got one to plus 17. So I'm gonna continue to enhance. I can upgrade my weapon to plus 20. The reason why I don't, though, is because I don't have any, here, I'll show you. I don't have any enhancement reserve. So I need some enhancement funds. So I'm gonna wait until I get some before I start enhancing my weapon. And the reason is because each enhancement costs 280,000 gold. So this will end up draining my gold real quick. Look at that. 4 hits and I'm down over a mil. See this? Yeah, you can't just do this. You'll literally get all your gold drained. So, you know, I'm just gonna try to, you know, wait and be patient. Stack up on my catalyst. One thing that it does allow me to do is it allows me to stack up on these right here. So you need 4 of these 3-star amplification catalysts to get the 4-star amplification catalyst, and then you can use that to get the 4-star in your weapon to try to get it to +20. I'm gonna do that because the one thing that I've noticed is that you only have +18 and +19 to do it. Once you finish +18, +19, you no longer have any amplification catalysts to get your gear from +20 to +21. So I'm gonna try to take advantage of this because I'm no longer gonna be able to take advantage of it once I get to +20. So I'm trying to save as much gold as possible. And I think you should too. Of course, there's a lot of people that power through it and just power gold through it. I'm not a whale, okay? So I try to be as smart with my resources as possible, because if I don't, this gold will get wiped out and I will be broke. And I've been broke so many times. So I'm trying to save some resources, maybe get lucky on some raids and get an insignia I can sell in the auction house. I'm trying to stack my paper up to where the next time I enhance, I can get to +20 or +21 and not be broke when I accomplish it. So anyways, that's the +20 video. Or +20 video, I'm tripping. That is the that is the 65,000 power video. Because it takes so much to do +20, +21, I will be doing enhancement video streams. So then you guys are gonna get to check me out while I enhance. Hopefully wish your boys some luck, and I'll go ahead and push that video. The next video I'm gonna put out is gonna be a big one. I'm switching from chariot to cavalry, right? And in order for me to do that, I'm switching my helmet, my legs, and my chest to cavalry. So that means I'm gonna switch my mighty chariot greaves back to the Azure God set. And when I do it, I'm gonna test the damage of chariot, I'm gonna test the damage of cavalry, and we're gonna do a damage test, and we're gonna put it on the channel. Everybody can see what the damage difference between chariot and cavalry. And then also in that video, I'll get to talk about like some of the benefits on why people are choosing cavalry over chariot. Like I love chariot myself. You know, the damage burst that I'm getting from it is insane, but the constant damage and the elemental boost that you get from cavalry is pretty OP. And the helmet and the feet on cavalry are 2 of the best pieces of gear in the entire game. So I'll get to talk about that, and you know, that's all gonna be in the next video, so get excited about that. But that's gonna be it for this one. Oh, somebody asked for me to talk about my skills, so let's talk about that for a second. This is just an additive for anybody that's wondering what my skill usage is, why I chose what I chose. My skills basically, what's the best way to describe this? I am a heavy silhouette build. So a lot of people in my YouTube comments, they say, Chovy, aren't you supposed to silhouette before you do skills? Chovy, aren't you supposed to dash, blah, blah, blah? Yes, and I do. I don't do it for my damage chest because I like to keep the damage chest simple. So I just rotate through my skills and I do 1 silhouette, that's it. For my actual raids, you can see that I'm using silhouette in between all of my other skills to get resets on silhouette. I'm doing a silhouette build, so that is why you see so many points into silhouette. I have 22 out of 15. because all of my outfit insignias have the silhouettes on them. See that? And the reason why I'm doing this is because I value blinding silhouette pretty heavily, since when I am fighting, most of my damage is indeed coming from silhouette. So that's why I chose to go heavy silhouette when it comes to my skills. And that's why you see it saying 22 out of 15. Why it says so many more is because, yeah, when I'm dealing damage to bosses and I get my silhouette resets, the amount of damage that silhouette does is actually ridiculous. Another thing that I love is triple flash. This is one of my favorite skills. Man, bro, one triple flash can break a canister, you know, in Temple of Fate Legend, and no other skill that we have can do that. So triple flash is super valuable so definitely max this out. Max this one out because this one increases the buff that you get when you're dealing your overall damage. So that's why I choose to. It's not a skill that, you know, is super valuable as far as like combos and goes. It only deals one hit, but after you do it, you add 50% magic damage to your attacks for a period of time, and the buff lasts 14.5 seconds. That's why when you see when I do my damage test, I always attack with this move first before I cycle through all my other skills. So this attack, I put a lot of points in. It does a lot of damage, surprisingly. And what you're gonna value is you're gonna value all of your multi-hit skills for sure. So stuff like this is super important. Now this is just a heavy damage, like it has a crazy ass multiplier. So this, even though it only does 2 hits, does a lot of damage. So that's why I choose to put a lot of points in this one. And then for my configuration, that's pretty much, I activate this first. So I do this before any skill, and what it does is it also frees up my silhouette. So I always do, you know, a skill, silhouette, silhouette, skill, silhouette, skill, silhouette. That's pretty much how I have it configured. And then, you know, I know where all my skills are. So if I need, this is the best skill order that I use, to where if I need to mix and match, like silhouette, skill, silhouette, skill, silhouette, silhouette, skill, silhouette, skill, silhouette, silhouette, skill, silhouette, you know what I mean? Like because what silhouette does, in case you don't know, and why it's a highly anticipated skill when it comes to magic blades. And if you don't do this, you need to start, because what silhouette does after you get the third one is that every skill you do in between your silhouette, it reduces, if you get your bar, that little sword bar, filled up completely, and you use your third silhouette, it reduces your cooldown on silhouette all the way back down to 0. So it resets it and you're able to do it again. Typically, whenever you do silhouette on the first skill, and that bar, that little blue sword bar, if you use 2 skills, it typically fills up the bar. Okay, so if I do silhouette and then I do I do this skill and this skill, my bar is filled. So when I do the second silhouette, third silhouette, my silhouette will then reset. And then I want to use silhouettes again so that I see the sword, and then I use this skill, and then I use second silhouette, third silhouette, and then I use first silhouette again, and then I use this skill, and then I use second silhouette and third silhouette. So that's kind of as a magic blade, it's super duper important. And then you can even do your finishers with it. You know, if you want a silhouette finisher and then auto attack silhouette, that'll sometimes count as a silhouette reset on its own, especially this finisher. This one kind of eats up your time. So remember, your silhouette, the blue bar, the blue sword bar, as you use more silhouettes, you got to do it faster in order to reset it, because you're not going to reset your silhouette if you do it too slow once you start getting more silhouette resets off, at least until your next official cooldown from silhouette. So, but yeah, that's pretty much Magic Blade skills in a nutshell. As far as what I do, you need this one, right? Definitely get this one. This is what allows you to triple jump. So triple jumping is really important in Ice Queen Coronation, because you got to triple jump over the fire. Sometimes you got to triple jump over the ice instead of waiting for the pillar to drop. Sometimes it drops on your head and you end up taking too much damage. But if you just triple jump, which is holding the attack button and uppercutting in the air and then double jumping while you're in the air, then you could just jump right over the ice instead of waiting for it. And that's what this allows you to do. So definitely put this on. And then this is just increases your, medium armor, increases your armor, when you're in PvP, and pretty much, adds all these skills. This is just stats. So definitely put this on. This is your super. You don't want to use this one. You want to use the next two. This one increases your magic attack. Magic attack is pretty much everything to a blade, magic blade. So put this on. This is what gives you that special quick recovery when you're dodging, which will consume all current energy. Wait, what is this? When energy is less than 1 dodge, you can use special quick recovery, which will consume all current energy upon use. Okay, what I think this is this is dodging. Okay, so special quick recovery is you dodge when you're getting hit, and it allows you to quickly get off the floor, and you, in PvP at least, you'll be untargetable for a little bit, like 2 seconds while you're doing it. It's what lets people escape when they're hitting you. I think that's what this is. So this is really important, even though when you read it, it kind of just weird, but you got to know what special quick recovery is for this to make sense. And then this one, after dodging an enemy's attack at the last moment, you can gain resonance if you already have resonance. So this is the one where if you dodge at the right time, you gain resonance. And then in PvP, you just gain super armor, which stops you from being hit if you dodge. I think every class has this, where if you dodge at the right time, it gives you 2 seconds of like freedom, to where if somebody's attacking you, you're not going to get hit and you can continue running. Well, you'll get hit, but you won't get comboed. You can keep running from them and run away from the combo. So this is pretty important, especially for PvP. And then, this is a great move just for PvE. This breaks canisters at the Temple of Fate Elite level. And that's also relative, right? That's at my level. This might not break it at somebody with a lower power level, but you know what I mean. And that's pretty much it. I use this one because it combos well, attacks multiple people in PvE. But all the important stuff we pretty much got covered, man. But yeah, I wanted to make this video as short as possible. I know that probably lengthened the video quite a bit, so. But yeah, if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comments. Like I said, I'm trying to cover all questions. So, but this is my 65K power video. Hopefully the 70,000 mark will not be nearly as frustrating. Getting from 60 to 65 is frustrating. You're gonna get frustrated, so just know it. Just be prepared for it. I'm telling you here, you're gonna hate it. Getting every single piece of gear to plus 15 just so you can take your weapon from plus 19 to plus 20. Ooh, I hated it. But hopefully the little advice I gave you will make it a little bit easier for you. And I hope that it helps you, on your way to 65,000. Anyways, I'm out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Until the next one. Peace. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and subscribe. Head over to Twitch, follow Chovio6, where I do stream 3 or 4 times a week. See you there.